Okay, so continue the next episode in our series of animals of the Glosson household. This is Ligeia. Ligeia, look over here. She likes nothing more than butt scratches. It's the only thing she cares about in the whole world. I don't know why I can't get. Hey, yeah, there you go. There you go. She likes butt scratches and bed and eating dog food. And she's the probably the sweetest but dumbest of all the cats. She has a very high pitched whine. Let's see if see if I can squeeze one out of her. Nope, she's liking it. Nope. Anyway, okay, go. You're free. Cat number 3. We have one more. And she's the most elusive, but you'll get to see her eventually. All right. So, um, this is going to be quick. I'm not going to lecture because the topic is about abortion, and the readings do a really good job of it. The thing that I want more than for you to sit and hear more discussion about abortion is for you to engage in it. So what I've done is I've created a document in our OneNote folder, and it's going to have 2 columns. It has a 4 sort of reasons why medical abortion should be available to people, and then reasons why it shouldn't be available column. And we're going to each individually go in and write the reasons that we think are the strongest for each. But we're only going to do one column at a time. Right now, we're going to start with the column that gives reasons why we think abortion ought to be available um, legally as a medical procedure to American people. Well, to everyone, but within the legal context of America, if you decide you want to talk about the law. So, some things to say. First, this does just because I'm asking you to write these reasons does not mean that you yourself actually have to believe them. I'm asking you not to give me the reasons that you believe, but the reasons that you think a smart person could muster in a debate. So, since we're going to do both columns, and since presumably you lean one way or the other, at some point during this exercise, this 2 part exercise, you're going to have to think like the other person and not to think like a dumb version of the other person, but to think like the smartest version of the other person, to generate the best reasons that you can think of for a position that you don't hold. That's a really important mental exercise to be able to do on a regular basis, right? Because otherwise, you end up just believing the things that seem true to you at the current moment, right? But you'll find that if you engage in this exercise of like trying to think of the best reasons for and the best reasons against a certain belief or position, you'll often come out changing your mind and realizing that the position you initially held was not the one that you think makes the most sense after you've really thought about it. So I want you to go through and each of you write after you've read the articles on abortion. Each of you to go in and write as many reasons as you can why you think abortion should be legal, or as many points you think could be made in defense of the legality of abortion. Then, after we've done that, I think I'm going to make that due by the end of the day on Tuesday. After we've done that, we're then going to switch to the other side and populate that column with reasons against. And then we're going to sort of go on from there to do a third thing where we evaluate which side has the strongest arguments or reasons in it. So that's your assignment for right now. I don't think you need to have much more lecturing done on abortion because the 2 articles, the Don Marquis article and the Judith Jarvis Thompson article that you have assigned to you in the syllabus are excellent, and they're like hallmark gold standard articles on abortion that are in any textbook that deals with it. So you're getting exposed to the most important arguments and ideas that are made in philosophy. But I want to hear the arguments and ideas that compel you the most, or that you think um, could be compelling to others. So that that link, the link to that page where you're going to do this, is going to be posted in the team's post that this is in. You will have seen the link, I guess, before you even seen this video. Uh, but it'll just link you to a page in a shared notebook that we all have access to. And there's a list of instructions written there to make sure you know exactly how you're doing this. So read those instructions very clearly, or else you're going to be fubbing up the whole system. Uh, but it should be pretty easy. The one thing to remember is to put your name in parentheses after your comment so I can see who's done what. Um, let's see, what else is there to say? I have, I think, uh, most of your papers. I've got, let's see how many I have. A paper one, I have 41. So I'm missing like a fifth of the papers. If you have not yet turned in your paper, your short paper assignment, don't panic, don't fret. It's not game over. You can still get credit for the paper. You can still get an okay grade on the paper. You just have to turn it in. So if you haven't already gotten in touch with me about it, shoot me an email and tell me what's going on. You don't have to tell me like all the specifics of your life. Just tell me you're running late or you got a big load or something, and you need an extension, and tell me when you think you'll get it to me by, and then we'll go on from there. I want your paper. I want to hear what your thoughts are. I don't want you to just write it off like it's hopeless or something. It's not. It's not the way reality works in this class. Um, for those of you who have turned in your papers, I'm not going to post grades for the papers or feedback for the papers until I've done all of them, because if I post them as I've written or graded them, what I notice is that the amount of annoyed emails I get by students who haven't gotten theirs graded yet just skyrockets, because if everybody's waiting for the grading, it's not as bad as if like a third of the people have gotten their grades and you haven't. Hey, you want to come say hey to the class? Do you want anything from McDonald's? Yeah. Give me a minute. I'm recording a lecture.
Okay, sorry.
Can you wait like 4 minutes?
4 minutes? Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll tell you.
And also, sure.
Hey, this is my partner Kelly.
Hey, how are you?
They say they're doing great, and that your glasses are awesome.
Which pet did you show him?
I showed him Gia.
Oh, good.
She wouldn't squeak for them, but
Oh, I can make her squeak.
maybe later.
Okay.
Maybe later. Yeah. So it's the way this is going right now. I hate those glasses she's wearing, by the way. Like, they're kind of funny, but they're her daily wears. So if any of you ladies or guys have strong opinions in support of her choosing a different pair, she has over 60 pairs of glasses. So I just wish she would wear a different pair sometimes. But if you agree with me and concur, think that they might not flatter her face or something, feel free to comment and give me some ammunition on my side. The main problem is that if our faces get close, those glasses like knock me in the head because they're so much wider than her head. Anyway, this is irrelevant to our class. So, thing I was saying is, oh yeah, I'm not going to post your comments and grades on your short papers one by one. I'm going to get them all done, and then boom, let them all out. So it's gonna be like at least 10 days before I get all that done, realistically. So hold tight. What you're gonna get is, if you did the assignment, you're gonna get a fine grade, and you're gonna get thorough feedback to help you be a better writer, and maybe some questions that will help you think more more deeply through the topic. Which there's always room for. It's a small paper, so you can't have gotten all your thoughts out in the first place. Other things, I'm becoming less convinced that we need to have a lecture for every class, and that our time might be better spent doing things like this debate style pro and con assignment. And I don't like the idea of requiring you to watch a debate and adding another new assignment that's not on the syllabus. So, in the cases where I think an assignment might really be worthy, and where I think the readings do a good job of covering the material, I'm just going to give you that assignment, and I want you to devote about as much time to that as you would to a lecture. Another thing I wanted to point out, which I've said to some of you in private chats or whatever, I've been reading not all of your journals, but I skim through and sometimes read all of one or two during that day. I only do like 4 or 5 a day, but I'm just like so impressed by the quality of your thoughts and the clarity of your writing and the sincerity with which you approach some of these topics, the openness, the personal connection that you allow yourself to have with this. It makes me so happy. I think you're all just so damn smart and interesting, and uh, and I love it. But I worry sometimes reading it that you're writing so much, you're going in such depth because you think that's what I'm requiring of you. If what you're writing in your journals is just what's naturally coming out of you and you're happy to be writing that much, stick with it. But I would say a good maximum amount of time to spend on a journal entry is 30 minutes. And if you're spending more than that simply because you think I need you to do it, you can make your journal entries shorter. That doesn't mean that I think your journal entries are too long. That means I love your journal entries, but I worry over you guys and don't want you to feel overburdened by what's going on, because I care about you. You got college is hard, man. You got too much on your shoulders already. So yeah. Anyway, um, that's our update for right now. I want you to have the abortion debate exercise. I want you to do your part in that by Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, which is um, the 13th. Just have your stuff in there and uh, do the reading for that Thursday, the 15th. And I think I'm going to make the second part of that debate thing due by the end of that week. And then we can move on to the third part. If you have any questions, or if I'm forgetting to address anything, stick it in the questions chat room and I'll respond to it, or send me a personal message if it's something that is really personal and other people wouldn't benefit from. But otherwise, put it in the questions chat. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're all making progress on the uh, Donald Trump COVID communication assignment that I gave you in lieu of the last lecture. Um, I hope the reading isn't too much and that you find it interesting. And I hope you don't read any particular political bias I have into the assignment. You don't, if you're a Trump supporter or a Trump hater, you can voice either of those opinions as long as you're making smart, relevant points. And I'm fine with that. Your political views have absolutely no bearing on my assessment of your grade or the quality of your work. It's purely whether you're making sensible points that are relevant. Um, so don't try to like divine what position I take on Donald Trump. I mean, I'm not a Trump supporter at all, but don't feel like you're going to be discriminated against or scrutinized any more than anybody else would be if you are. That's this is a safe space for your political views and your assignments with me. I promise you that. So yeah, I think that's all I had on my to-do list. I promised you that I had a cheesy gift for you coming up. I'm almost done making it. I'm gonna post it in the Teams chat, and I hope it'll bring a smile to some of your little, little adorable faces. Just pinch your cheeks. But I'm not done with it yet, so keep a lookout for that. Hope you're having a good week. I hope your weekend is a blast, and just stay 6 feet away and wash your hands and do all that stuff, and don't get sick, man. The world's a better place with you in it, so stick around. Yeah. Talk to you later. Bye.